Having a heart like Christ is not for the weak. It's not, it's different. And sometimes I'm like, Lord, am I built for this? Like, can I do this? But he always comes through and he reassures me, like, Annette, you can do this. Like, with me, you can do anything. And I'm just so grateful for the Lord. Like I said, I feel like he's been like really working on my heart. One of the things that I used to not like was how loving and caring and forgiving and compassionate and understanding I was. I used to look at it as like a weak spot. I used to look at it as like, a con or like, something that was a bad thing for me. But as I grew, as I got older and even as I grew in my relationship with Christ, I started to see like, it is not a bad thing. This is something that is beneficial for me and for everyone else because I get to have a heart like Christ, like he was so compassionate and giving and caring. He was the ultimate servant. And, they say that the Bible is made so that we can look more like him. We can act more like him. We can talk more like him. And so when you have a heart like him, it's good, it's a good thing. And so I just learned, and I'm learning along the way, like, Annette, you're never missing out, when people don't reciprocate that, or when people misuse or take advantage, or they don't know how to handle, you or your heart or the type of person you are. And I just want to say that to anyone, like, don't feel bad if you have a good heart and you're genuine and you're loving and you're caring and you're kind. That is not a bad thing. Some people are not built. They're not used to that. They're not built. They don't know how to handle it. And it doesn't mean that it doesn't make that person bad or those people bad. And it doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. Now, I'm not excusing it. What I'm saying is that you are special because you have a heart like Christ. Have a heart like him. You're caring, you're kind, you're forgiving. And so that's never a bad thing. It can never be a downfall. It can never be a con. It can never, and anyone who decides to take advantage of that, anyone who decides to mishandle or misuse or abuse or anything like that, that's on them. You can't take that within yourself. You can't carry that within yourself. All you can do is be who God created you to be. That's it. That's why I don't believe in matching energies. I don't believe in matching, if someone's rude to me, I'm going to be rude back. If someone's mean to me, I'm going to be mean back. If someone doesn't help me, I'm not going to help. Like, no, I was created this way. And whether you are nice or not, I'm going to be nice. Whether you are loving or not, I'm going to be loving. And let me tell you, and from my personal experience, when I've approached situations, relationships, friendships, opportunities where I stayed with the heart of Christ, meaning I was kind, I was caring, I was loving, when I maintained that type of heart posture, people, even when a person came at me and was like rude and disrespectful, let me tell you, by the end of our interaction, everything changed. Everything. Either I was getting an apology or the person was starting to be nice to me. Because when you match energies, when you match, oh, this person is nasty, so I'm gonna be nasty back, that's when you bump heads and nothing ever comes out of that. But when you approach someone and you're loving, you're caring, you're kind, and another person, maybe their heart is hardened, or they're angry or whatever, once they get around you and they see that this person is nice, caring, kind, and I'm sitting here being angry and upset, it's pointless. Like, why am I being rude to this person and they're just being nice to me? And so either one or two things happen. Either they change their heart posture, their attitude, or they just stay away from you. And either or, you win in both ways, because guess what? You still kept your heart the way that it was. And so my encouragement is that you don't allow this world and people to change your heart in the way that God created you. If he created you that way for a reason, right? He created you to be loving, to be caring, to be kind, to be forgiving. He created you that way for a reason. And you can't allow people, places, circumstances to change that about you. Now, I'm not saying that you're here to allow people to just run over you or to abuse you or to take advantage of you, because unfortunately, when you have that type of heart, that's what ends up happening. And you have to learn, you have to grow. But that's a situation to where you have to continuously seek the Lord and ask him, like, Lord, I want to maintain a heart for you, but I also want to make sure that I am not allowing, people to walk over me. I'm making sure that I'm bold and I'm confident and I'm secure and I know how to speak without being disrespectful. I know how to stand firm in your word and whatever it is that I need to do, but also maintain my heart, the right heart posture. And these are things that I personally pray to the Lord about, because we can't help it. The thing about it is that everyone in this life is going through stuff, whether you know it or not. You're not the only person that's going through stuff. And some things people don't speak about. People don't speak about everything. People have stuff that they've been holding since they were younger, and they don't even realize it. And so whenever you meet someone, you have to keep that in mind. Like, this person, they may have had a bad day, and you're meeting them and they have an attitude or they're angry or whatever the case is. And you're like, oh, well, I'm going to match energies. No, be the loving and caring, kind person you are, because guess what? There are no coincidences when it comes to the Lord. Just like I said, the Lord made you that way for a reason. And have you ever stopped to think, maybe I'm the person who's supposed to cross paths with this person to give them hope and to give them the love that they need, even when they're going through a bad day, to show them that there's people that are kind, there's people that are caring, there's people that are loving. Just like I said, there's no coincidence when it comes to the Lord. So if you cross paths with someone who's having a bad day, who's angry, who always has an attitude, you may be the person to change their day. You may be the person to change their heart. And I'm not saying that you're supposed to stick there and do that. I'm just saying that God does not make any mistakes. He does not have us cross paths with people for no reason. And if you are the type of person where you're saying, you know what, I'm gonna match energies today, it defeats the whole purpose, because God made you that way. He made you the loving, caring, kind person, so that when you do come across someone who does not have that in their heart, or maybe they never experienced that, they can finally experience that from you. Because trust me, it matters. People will always remember that. No matter how insignificant you think you are, people will always remember people who care, people who are kind, people who are loving. People remember it, whether they say it or not, whether the interaction is small or not. People will always remember people who have a heart for Christ, people who allow their light to shine. And so I just wanted to encourage you not to, match energies, or to allow yourself to fall into that place to where it's like, oh, well, I might as well. No one cares. Everyone takes advantage. Go to the Lord and ask him to give you the boldness that you need to allow you to have the balance, right? To maintain your heart, a heart of Christ, but also to have the balance to know when to step back, when to speak up, when to, distance yourself or remove yourself, but also to keep the love, the forgiveness, the care, and everything else that the Lord created you to be. But most importantly, I just want you to maintain the heart posture of Christ. I love you, and take care. Bye.